Podcast. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Noble Faculty Podcast. I am your host, Toba, or Tobalashi, as some of you might know me. We're here to encourage, motivate, and inspire, aspire, act, and achieve. So over the weekend, I was at a friend's 40th birthday party and saw a lot of old friends from school where we were discussing, and with one of these friends I sparked up a discussion about how I've seen his work online. I see that he's traveling a lot and he's been giving a lot of seminars and he's been facilitating causes. I actually don't know which cause exactly. And that was me kind of saying, well done. I recognize what you do. That was me sort of celebrating his hard work and effort. And in turn, I didn't know this. And he said to me, I can see that you've been doing a lot too. I didn't understand what he meant by that statement. So he said, I see what you've been sending out on your WhatsApp statuses. Kind of motivation and kind of telling people, kind of encouraging people with my WhatsApp statuses. And that was quite pleasant to hear. And he said something that struck me. He said, consistency is key. He said, consistency is important. He said, it wasn't a one-off thing. He's seen that I've been doing it consistently, which is exactly what I've been seeing about him. He's been traveling consistently, giving these seminars or workshops consistently. So it was nice to be able to catch up and say, you know what, well done. And he did exactly the same thing. But what struck me in my mind from this conversation is that I haven't even done a lot on my WhatsApp status. For instance, I haven't even started promoting this podcast on my WhatsApp status. I want to build a very good following first before I start doing that, even though I've been sending it out to people. But every Monday, what I try to do is to send out a positive message, which is generally aligned with the episode of that podcast for that week. So I was quite impressed with the fact that he noticed. And that's what's bringing on this conversation today, which is consistency is key. Consistency is a key ingredient to success. So after reflecting on what he said, I realized a couple of things. I took some lessons away from that. Whatever you do, your actions, you are an advertising board for yourself. You are literally a walking Instagram. You're a walking advertising board. You're a walking billboard. Whatever you do, whatever people see of you, that perception is what they will have of you. So it's important that when you do things, make sure you're doing it in a positive light. No matter how bad you feel or how down you are, make sure the perception of people is that they're seeing the best of you. I'm not talking about living a life that you can't afford, not that. I'm talking about your work and effort. Let them see the best of you at all times. And most importantly, what they see consistently of you is what forms their perception of you. So your consistent efforts, whatever they see of you consistently, is what they will believe you are. So that's the first lesson. The second lesson is that no matter what you think, people will always value what you do or what you can deliver. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you feel about something. What they will value above all things is what you actually do. Your actual implementation, your actual execution, the results of what you do consistently. Whatever you do consistently is what people will value, and they will value you for that. The third lesson that I got from my conversation with my friend over the weekend is that no matter what you do, people see you. People are watching what you do, even if you don't know it. And that's quite important. Sometimes we do things not realizing who's watching or the impact of what we do. And and this is very pertinent when it comes to our social media posts, because a lot of people throw things out there, not realizing the impact it's having. Now, people will talk. I'm not worried about that. It's a good thing when people talk about you. If they're talking about you, you're doing something good, and it means you're alive. Now, I'm talking about your actions. There are some actions you take, especially the consistent actions that you don't realize people notice or are having an impact on other people, whether negatively or positively. So that's important, that your actions are being seen by people. A simple Instagram post, Twitter post, WhatsApp status, Facebook, something you might have uttered in a conversation or amongst a group of people, you don't know the impact that will have on people. So people are always watching and people are always listening. So it's important for you to be careful of what you are projecting out there, because your consistent effort or your consistent position or values will become people's perception of you. Inconsistency at something is consistency in nothing. I want to say this very clearly. If you are inconsistent at something, people will perceive that as you being consistent at nothing. Because you are not consistently doing something, it's as good as you doing nothing. And that's quite important to realize, because all I did was every Monday I send out a message on my WhatsApp status. I don't even do the broadcast because I get irritated with broadcasts, quite frankly. So I send it on my WhatsApp status, and people have started to notice that. Even when I'm at work, people tell me, "Oh, I see your Monday motivation statuses." That means a lot of the other things that I was doing before was inconsistent or was of no value to people, and nobody's really commented on my WhatsApp statuses until now. So be careful of your inconsistencies, because when you become inconsistent at something, it's as good as you being consistent at nothing, because you are not consistently delivering something, which means people are not valuing what you're doing. So I have 3 simple things that you may be able to do to change that or to help you on your way. Suggestions. First one is set your personal goals to deliver and work on them consistently. So these are your personal goals. This is not anything that you're doing for somebody else. This is just for you. Set yourself a goal, set yourself a time frame, and make sure you're able to achieve that. Now, what you're doing is building a habit of doing things. Consistency. It's important that you are a doer. It's important that you consistently work on something, your personal goals, so that you're able to achieve something, and people will see that, people value that in you. Second thing I want you to take from this is learn to deliver what you say you will deliver. Be careful, because sometimes we overcommit, and it's important. I'm one of those people. I just want to help everybody wherever I can. But the truth is I can't help everybody and I can't do everything. Sometimes you just need to set yourself realistic goals to achieve. You need to recognize where you are at that period of time in that season, to say, this is what I am able to achieve now. Once you've achieved that, you can set yourself even higher goals. But you setting yourself higher goals that you cannot achieve then will kind of allow you to apply inconsistent effort into that thing, which means you're not really doing anything. So deliver what you say you will deliver. Do not over promise, and that's quite important. The last thing I want to say to you, and I don't know if you've heard this before, it sounds like a cliche, but I'll say it anyway. Don't give yourself any excuses. Stop giving yourself a way out. No more get out clauses. If you said you would do something, do it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Action whatever you said you will do. Implement it by all means necessary. An 80 is better than 0. If you do something 80% or 70%, it's better than you not doing it at all. And that's quite important as well. These are all key ingredients for you, to transition your life into something better. And I'm talking about in personal life and your business as well. This will help. So please try and put yourself in that position where you don't have any excuses for yourself. You don't have any get out of jail free cards, and you are delivering what you said you would deliver. So the 3 actions: set yourself personal goals to deliver and work on them consistently. Learn to deliver what you say you will deliver, and give yourself no excuses. I really want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for the support. Thank you for all those to all those who've been sharing. As always, our mantra is aspire, act, and achieve. We hope you've enjoyed today. And I want to shout out everybody at Lagos State Civil Service Model College. You guys have really, every time I see these guys, it's always love, it's always encouragement and motivation. And even when we reminisce, it's for the positive. It's to say, right, thank God we've all moved on from where we were. And it's all about encouragement. It's all about people networking. And I really do appreciate that about the people around me. Learn to have people around you that will motivate you, that will encourage you. People who are able to tell you the truth when you need the truth. And don't surround yourself with yes men. So that would be it for today. It's a short episode today. And we hope you enjoy it. And until next time, remember that we are noble, we are awesome, and all you need to do is aspire, act, and achieve your dreams. Thank you.
You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast.
We are able. We are awesome.
You have been put on this earth for a purpose. Don't waste your gift.
You have just listened to
the Noble Faculty Podcast. The Noble Faculty Podcast.